Materials have a huge impact on what we do. They're really foundational. They're the element in which contains space. So without the materials, all we have is paper architecture and lines on a drawing. And once we start bringing in the materials, it's what gives it form, it's what gives it function, it's what light reflects off of, which is how we see, it's what sound reflects off, it's how we hear. It's the envelope in which space is created.
When I first started in architecture, we had samples. Our material library was the messiest place I've ever seen in my life. So I think having the digitized material library online where you're not sifting through carpet samples or tiles for hours on end is very time-saving. The same goes for Google. If you're looking for a certain product, you type in what you want and Google has 25,000 search results.
Having Acelab and being able to filter through those selections and being able to compare products on a side-by-side relationship without digging through all of the data has been a huge time saver and opened us up to exploring new materials because we're not so reliant on what we knew in the past.
I think being able to evaluate all of those factors together, how quickly can you get that material, how sustainable it is, what is the carbon footprint, and what is the cost, and maybe being able to scale that to the project to see when we're early in design, the implications of all those considerations.
In our decision-making workflow, we use Acelab at the very beginning, and the more information that we can find at the beginning and make good choices for can influence our design all the way down the line. I love being able to compare apples to apples products and say, okay, if we want that R value, we can't have this color. And making that decision early can really influence how efficient the building is or the aesthetic quality of it.
I think one of the biggest challenges for me was looking through the material library for 3 hours on end just trying to find what I needed. Whereas with Acelabs, you just type in what you need and so many different options come up. The user interface of it was so easy to use. I didn't come to a standstill at all. It was just very easy to kind of progress through the choices and kind of the steps to get me where I needed to go.
If a firm hasn't done a digital material management library, I would say jump in with both feet. First off, it's free, so there's no cost there. And then the time commitment that it takes to do that transition is very, very small. And so by doing that, you can be up and running in a day.